Welcome to the first ever. I'm Joe Vic 24. I play Free Fire. Welcome to the first ever Free Zone Fire Free Zone podcast. I had to get that right. And it's based on Free Fire. Apparently, every Free Fire game we're going to be talking about, every match, everything, especially turning up to this point. We might talk about esports in this part of the compilation of the podcast. So that's what Free Zone's going to be about. We might talk about a little bit of esports. We might talk a little bit about what my gameplay was like today. What guns would we use? How would we use them? Basically, I want to get into knowing people in the first episode, minus the first 2 minutes, getting to know you for this podcast, get it off the ground, and then we'll start talking. So, to start off, the Free Zone podcast, I wanted to the Fire Zone podcast, it was something that I wanted to do for Free Fire. There's not many podcasts that do Free Fire. And it is another game next to PUBG Mobile. And it's like, maybe something we can do. Maybe it's what we can do. Find out what we can do to make ourselves better. But the goal intent of this podcast is to make us better players. And try to survive a little more often. Apparently, the last match that I uploaded was a Madhouse. Apparently, I won that match offhand. So I've gotten a couple matches offline, online, camera. So basically, I have it on camera, offline camera. But if you guys like Free Fire, let me know in the comments down below. If you like the Fire Zone podcast, let me know in the comments down below. This is all the names Free Fire on the podcast. So, enjoy. But I want to talk about mostly Free Fire in general. To where, yeah, there's going to be some gun plays. There's going to be some main movements. It's only going to be a 10-minute video, so it's not going to be that long. But we'll go up to 11 just to quit. That way we can still talk for 10 minutes talking about it. And the way I look at Free Fire is the compilation of each match. But it doesn't tell you what rank they have, where they're at, Everything's equal. And that's what I like about Free Fire. It's pretty cool offhand for Free Fire players to go beyond what they can get. But getting the loot, to run everywhere, to get a scythe, an AK, an actual assault rifle, an M4, that's the hard part, getting grenades, and it's like getting all this material. It's hard to go one place or another because if you're in a Free Fire zone, the first guy that's going to pick up the gun, he's going to slaughter people. Each player is totally different. They're going to slaughter whoever it is. And it's like, when you look at Free Fire, there's a compilation of that. You have to look at every angle. Behind you, in front of you, mostly go behind, in front of you. First, get the loot. Get the guns. Get the backpack. You can find one. But mostly get a gun. Get 2 guns. Even if it's a shotgun, you have to have some sort of recommendation to get that started. And when you look at shotguns in Free Fire, next to PUBG Mobile, they're totally different. The aim, the sight's very different. The coil, it's very smooth for both guns on Free Fire and PUBG Mobile. But Free Fire shotguns are mostly mostly close quarters. If you get a long range barrel, yeah, like a 12 gauge, most likely that's going to be hard to get in the game. But if you can get something like in between each part of the levels, yeah. But getting the wins out of those 50 players you are, even if you're the 50th player, knocking out 49 others solely isn't easy. And I've done solos, and I'm still doing solos. I would never go in a squad. I mean, the only time I'll do it is in PUBG Mobile. I'll never go in a squad on Call of Duty, Free Fire, Bloodstrike. I'll never do it. And plus, I don't trust a lot of players to be part of my team. I really don't. And it's like, you can't really deny that, where, and you can't blame me for I'm not being leery of other people, but most of the players that play Free Fire are in India, and I'm not a big fan of Indian people, not because of the food. I love the food, I like the spicy stuff, but it's the language barrier between us and them, and a lot of times you don't understand them. And it's like, you can't understand them. I have respect for the Indian people. I have respect for India. And it's like, as human beings, I have respect for India. I really do. But as individuals, they think their YouTube channel doesn't stink. And some of them don't. Some of them do like that. And it's crazy to say that to people. But I have respect for India people when they play Free Fire. And Free Fire is one of the best games out there next to PUBG Mobile anyway. But the weapon combination's different. The combat style's still the same. Numbers are different. The compilation's different for the weapons. But you have a certain amount of weapons you can pick within that compilation. So I think you have to carry like 3 guns plus a sidearm, which is a side for something. But then you have to knock down 49 other people if you're a solo guy. So apparently that happens with anything within Free Fire. And when you look at Free Fire today, I've done it since the inception. When it kind of rolled into being the second year in Free Fire, I've done it. I think it was the second year in Free Fire I did it. I wanted to play PUBG Mobile, by a mistake. It's funny, I mistakenly mistaked it for Free Fire to PUBG Mobile. But I fell in love with Free Fire. I've done a couple matches in the past. And it is kind of funny if you think about it when you mistake PUBG Mobile from Free Fire. But Free Fire only has 50 people you can kill. Minus you being 50, you got 49 others to knock off. And it's crazy when you look at Free Fire. It's how they can look at it and say, Free Fire is one of the best games ever. It is. I mean, no against PUBG Mobile players like Win Sandy, Powerman, Melkor, Eloise, Her Gaming, no disrespect to any of these guys that play PUBG Mobile. But they're sort of being disrespectful to the games. When Sandy, personally, since he's from New York, he's got that New York attitude that he thinks that said don't stink, and he hates Free Fire. He's done Free Fire in the past on his channel, but he says it's a knockoff of PUBG Mobile. Yeah, right. Each gun game's different. But then I remember a story that passed about a month into the E-League report saying Free Fire is doing a lot better than PUBG Mobile is. And that had like the spark for PUBG Mobile to step up and do what they have to do for any updates. And it's wrong how they can do that. I'm not saying they are crazy to do that. Well, Free Fire is an easy game to play anyway. I like it. It's 50 guys all together, and it's a good compilation. Within the parameter of it, you gotta really think outside the box. And when you look at Free Fire and 50 other players, that's not easy. It's like you're going to be listening to Johnny Dollar, the expense account agent, and look at him saying how much money he can afford to do the case, and how much he would charge on charging the people that give him the fee to charge it. So you got to look at Johnny Dollar's case. in terms of anything else. I mean, a lot of people know about Johnny Dollar, but a lot of people don't. It's more, this is before my decade. But I listened to some audio on Johnny Dollar from Marvin Home, a couple other places, and it is good acting from a voice standpoint. But when you look at Free Fire, it's almost like that. You're trying to bend the Free Fire aspect of it. And when you look at Free Fire today, it looks like it. But it's just crazy. We're going to go up to 11 minutes, actually. Because I said 10, but this is like getting interesting, so I can't really stop. But no, it's pretty insane that they do that. With Free Fire being one of the best games. And mostly when you try to knock off 49 of the players, if you're a solo guy, no matter if they're in a squad or a unit, that's tough. And a lot of them are single player when it comes to Free Fire. I mean, if you're in a squad of 50 guys and you're part of the 50 group, you look at it like, okay, the reality's there. Where is it going? And that's how it is. You can't really deny it. But if you guys like this first episode, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel. So like the video if you guys want. Like and subscribe to the channel if you like Free Fire. And I'm going to be doing Free Fire constantly on this channel. But anyway, before I get off, is going to be, I wanted to really draw this out real fast. And I'll talk about, this will probably go up to 13 minutes. But one thing about Free Fire is that it's a faster paced game rather than PUBG Mobile. You still gotta be cautious, but it's more of a fast paced game. And fast paced games are harder to look by. And a lot of players go in doing everything else in between. Yeah, that would be a perfect thing. But that's how it is. I mean, that's what they do. For anybody. But that's all the time I got for today. Thank you for joining me for this first episode of the Firestone Podcast. So until next time, John Vic sign off. Take care.